Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy KlueDaMFDon with another episode of Black Wall Music. And of course, it's Talk Your Shit Tuesdays, so we back at it. And I ain't seen y'all in a while. Y'all ain't seen me in a while. Hopefully y'all have heard me, y'all been listening to my podcast, but we'll talk about that later. But so yeah, Black Wall Music headquarters looks a little different. So hopefully y'all like the change. But yeah, this is what we're doing right now. So I appreciate everybody who has fuck with me thus far, who has listened to anything that I've put out, any of the artists that I've interviewed so far. Thank y'all. There's a big long list that I can go down. Tiki Jenkins, Armani T, Shy Monique, Dave James. Getting ready to interview. Getting ready to interview C. He's another recording artist. Cutright, my boy. He's a Christian recording artist. It's gonna be my first Christian recording artist, so that's gonna be dope. But yeah, so it's gonna be really crazy. And everybody else as well. You know what I'm saying? My boy Jay Holly, with his company, Creators and Collaboration. That was definitely a good look. I definitely appreciate all the love that he came through and that he gave the cause. Uh, yeah, so I've been on this trip for the last couple of days because some of y'all gonna shit on me when I say this, but I really don't care. So if y'all listening to this music, if you don't know who this is, his name is Jay. His name is Elevator J. I've been sleeping on this nigga. I've been sleeping on this nigga a lot, and I feel ashamed because he's from the hometown. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel bad. But I've been on his head for the I said the last maybe 72 hours. I've been on his head constantly because like this shit hard. But anyways, I'm skipping around. So what I wanted to talk about today, well, first was upcoming guys give us popping, upcoming interviews that I have for the podcast. So first one that I have coming up, it's going to be, I haven't solidified the date, but it's going to be either between June 25th and June 30th. And this one is actually a pretty big deal because I've never done anything like this. And I'm actually really excited for it. I think it's going to shed light on a completely different world that a lot of people don't know about. I mean, I didn't even know about it for, until the last couple of months. But what I'm talking about is the live streaming world. Live streamers, people who actually get up every day or wake up every night, get off work, at school, all that shit. Where they actually pull up their phone and people just come in there and they talk to them. They interact with them. They listen to their stories. They listen to them rant. They listen to them bitch. They listen to them moan. They listen to them praise. Listen to them worship. Whatever the fuck they decide to do. And the good thing about it is you can actually gift the streamer, which I think is actually a really good thing because there's a lot of streamers that put in a lot of effort into the shit that they do. And with that being said, I will actually be interviewing one of Plenty of Fish, that is one of the streaming platforms that those live streamers are on. And I'll be interviewing one of the top badges from that stream. So I'm actually really into it. I'm really hyped for that. I ain't gonna tell y'all who it is. It's gonna be really dope though. I'm gonna tease that, but it's one of the POF top badges. I'm hyped about it because I know what a top badge is. But if you don't know, that is pretty much the POF app or Plenty of Fish, Tag, Meet Me. Those platforms have actually designated those people to be top streamers because of what they've done and the relationship that they've created and the platform that they've created. They designate them as top streamers. They like literally are representing that app in a sense. It's a big fucking deal. So, anyways, I wanted to highlight one of them because I believe that I'm trying really hard to use my pronouns really, really good, but I'm trying really hard. I think that they are awesome, and y'all will enjoy them as much as I do. There we go. All right, let's move forward. So, next person I'm gonna talk about. I actually do have a solid date for this recording. This is gonna be the recording artist by the name of C. His name is CEE, and he can be found everywhere on all social media or streaming platforms at CEE434. Um, so I first heard about this cat. I talked about him in I think my last week's Talk Your Shit Tuesday actually. But I first heard of him because somebody tagged me in his video where he went to some event with Sway. Sway from MTV and shit. So he went to an event with him and he got on the mic and like I ain't gonna say I've never. It's been a long time since I've heard somebody attack the beat that fast. Go back and listen to my last Talk Your Shit Tuesday. Yeah, I'm not gonna play it here, so you just gotta go listen to my podcast if you want to hear it. Go back and listen to my last Talk Your Shit Tuesdays. I actually have his clip in there. It's fucking fire. Anyways, I hit the dude up. I asked him for it. I was like, yo, I would love to interview you. He responded. We exchanged some information or whatever. He actually listened to my podcast, responded, and actually, with the shit that was in my podcast that let me know he actually listened to it. And he was like, yo, let's talk. Done deal. So I'll be interviewing C on July 9th. July 9th, he's going to be coming through. So, of course, it's going to be on live, of course. So, YouTube, Facebook, and I might even do Plenty of Fish because I'm actually streaming on Plenty of Fish right now as well. So, yeah, that's C. And then next, I have my boy Cutright. So, this one hits really home for me. It hits home for me, right? So, there's an instance I'm gonna bring up, and I hope that he watches this because I'm gonna bring it up again in the interview. But I remember back in the day, like, no, I'll bring up one instance. We were at my bro Matt's graduation. Me and Matt, we grew up together, whatever. And we were at his graduation. And I remember, seeing him walk across the stage. And I remember the whole time we were at the graduation, my boy Rich is over here just rapping. I mean, just rapping. Like, everything that was happening, he was rapping about the people's names that was walking across the stage. And, like, I could hear him, and it was, like, under his breath or whatever, but he was just rapping. Like, dude was just always fucking rapping. Another reason why this definitely hits home for me is because I know for sure that he definitely was a musical inspiration to Dorian or Dory. He was my boy Matt's nephew. I like to say my nephew as well because that was my brother. So he passed away a couple years ago, and he was so dope. When I tell you that this young man, he was fire. It's really kind of hard to even like still talk about it to this day because it's just kind of crazy seeing that like what I'm doing now. This is exactly where I would have wanted to, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like he would have been well past this actually by now. I have no doubts. He was on his fucking way. But anyway, so going back to my boy Rich, I know that he was truly a music inspiration to him because they were very close. The families were close. And he's also going to be my very first Christian rapper that I'm going to have on here. So that is actually something that I'm pretty excited for. I appreciate music of all sorts, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of, I'm not a Christian myself or I'm not religious at all. But I can still appreciate it. If you rapping, you rapping. If it's good, it's good. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with the Lecrae's. I fuck with the Tripoli's. I fuck with the Molly Musics, even though he's not a rapper. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with those different artists because they found ways to step outside of that shit. I'm not gonna listen to everybody that's like, the most cliche shit you're gonna hear me listening to is Kirk Franklin's Stomp, No Weapon Formed Against Me, whoever the fuck that was, Fred Hammond, I think. That's probably about it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna sit up here and act like I know a whole bunch of gospel songs. But anyway, what I will listen to though, when I'm talking about, some shit that's not like out with that shit that's out of that box, I'm gonna listen to my boy Rich because like I'm gonna plug in one of his freestyles, his latest freestyle, in the comments after we're done with this. Y'all definitely go check out my boy. But anyways, man, I kind of have been waiting to ask him for an interview because for one, I knew that when I'd ask him, I knew that he would be like, "Yo, let's go." Like that's that's family. I knew he'd be like, "Yo, let's do this shit." But I didn't want that to be the reason. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to be like, yeah, like I got something, I got something really rolling. Like I really want to come because he's been doing this shit for a long time. You talking about graduation. You talking about, 11 years ago, maybe even, before, he was rapping before then. So he's been doing this shit for a minute. He's done concerts, he's done tours. Shout out to my boy Rich for sure. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about him. So let's get into these meat and potatoes for what I wanted to talk about today, because the other day in my podcast, I was talking about the I think it was Friday, I can't remember. I was talking about the Floyd Mayweather fight, and Mainly, I was talking about the opening acts. I was talking about the acts, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" Right. So I was mainly talking about what the fuck was that because I really didn't know that Migos were still an established group. I thought that they went their all separate ways. I thought Offset was always left off Bad and Bougie. I thought that Takeoff was always left off Bad and Bougie. I thought Offset was gonna be doing another collab with Cardi B again, and Quavo always kind of been solo to me, so that was a thing. Um, so yeah, they came out with Culture 3 just a couple days later. I'm put my damn glasses on. They came out with Culture 3 just a couple days later, and I had to give it a listen. Right, I had to fuck with it, just be like, you know what? I'm talking so much shit about the Migos, and it's funny because I had even when I put it up in my when I put it up in my podcast, I put it as Mijos, and it was a typo, but I didn't change it because it just kind of added to the narrative. I was like, who the fuck are they now? I was talking big shit, but but anyway, so I listened to it, and I'm gonna give it my honest critical review. They had some really good songs. They had some really good songs. They had some really dope features. They had your Drake features. They had your Cardi B features. They had your Justin Bieber features. Then I think they had Gunna on there maybe. But anyways, they had some dope features, right? And people were like, this was, the best. They were saying that this is the best Migos album. I only think people say it's the best Migos album if they're not from the South, or they weren't listening to the Migos before they became the Migos. That's my personal opinion. Their older shit was much better to me. However, and also saying that this is their best Migo album, it didn't really sound I expected them to drop something just like this. I didn't really get like catapulted to the moon. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really get take off. I didn't, what I'm saying? I didn't really feel it. I felt it. It was a good album. Don't get me wrong. And I played it all the way through. I played it all the way through a few times. You know what I'm saying? I do. If I have to go on a long drive, I play shit like that. But like I said, I got exactly what I was looking for. I got some really dope beats, some really crazy ass samples, and some pretty basic lyrics. Not the basic for Migos. You know what I'm saying? The other day, I went. No, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. All right. So, what I also wanted to talk about was I had some feedback from my J. Cole review that I did as well. So, I had good. I'm not gonna say there was any good or bad feedback. No feedback is bad. I feel like anybody that actually takes the time to listen to my shit that says something about it, I appreciate you. I don't give a fuck what you say. I mean, I care what you say, but So I'm still waiting on that. You'll be waiting forever, exactly. So people were pretty much saying that some of the feedback that I got that my review wasn't full enough. They said that I should have definitely went more in depth. I said, okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. And it's I guess sometimes I get into my head because I'm thinking like, don't nobody want to hear me talk that deep into it. But it's like, nigga, if they listen to you, yeah, they do want to hear you talk that deep about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go get into the mud, my nigga. So that was the whole thing. So I thought about that. And then also they were saying that they think that my opinion was biased because, of course, J. Cole, North Carolina, what the fuck ever, right? So I asked him, I was like, okay, how do you actually listen to J. Cole? I was like, are you actually a J. Cole listener? Do you listen to J. Cole? Did you actually go listen to the tracks and the albums that I mentioned before? And they were just like, oh, I didn't start listening to J. Cole until, and then I had to stop them. Because I'm just like, you're going to tell me that my opinion of J. Cole was biased, but you start off by saying your mental catalog of J. Cole is I didn't start by listening to J. Cole until. That means you're gonna tell me some recent shit. And they did. And I was like, then we don't have a conversation. We don't have a conversation right now. Go educate yourself and then we can come back and talk. And I'm not trying to sit here and act like I know everything about everything. But there's certain artists that you can't tell me about unless we've actually listened pound for pound. J. Cole is one of them. Kendrick Lamar is one of them. Jay-Z is another. Andre 3000 is another. Maybe T.I., but I'll leave that there. He had a couple albums that shouldn't have been there. but that's here nor there. I don't know. I just feel like when you want to have these conversations or when you want to have these, you know what I'm saying, these back and forths, you got to come equipped. You got to come equipped. Like, I'm not going to step to anybody in their realm and tell them about what the fuck they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I don't know about it. If I don't know about it, I'm not going to talk on it. Point blank, period. That's why I feel like I can objectively say that I don't think Beyonce can sing. I can objectively say that because I listen to Beyonce. I still listen to Beyonce. Not because I want to, but because she's always playing around me. I tend to surround myself with people who fucking love Beyonce. So I always listen to Beyonce, and I have felt like I can objectively say that I don't like her. Nothing against the queen. I respect her 100%. Like, I respect what she's doing. I think that she's an amazing performer. I think that she's done crazy shit for the culture. I think that she's done good shit for the culture for real. But that's just my honest critical opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's shit ain't forever toilet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, so yeah, what I want to do, I want to bring this full circle, kind of bring it down to a little bit of a wind down. I wanted to go back and talk about this dude, Elevator J, who you've been hearing in the background this whole time. Why I wanted to talk about him is because, like I said, I've been sleeping on him. I've heard about Elevator J for a long time, but for some reason, I never actually took the time to listen to him. I have no idea why. And I think it might have been for the simple fact that I knew that he was from the city. So I don't know. Sometimes because I've always been such a, I don't know if the word is eclectic, but I've always had a very broad range for the type of music that I listen to, especially hip hop. I've always listened to a lot of West Coast shit, a lot of New York shit, a lot of Midwest shit, a lot of Deep South shit, a lot of Southeast shit. You know, it was a whole big, hodgepodge of shit. So, and that's just hip hop, right? So I was like, maybe at the time I just wasn't open to hearing what the fuck he was saying. But yeah, I've been playing this motherfucking shit for the last 72 hours. I promise you, like, it's so fucking cold. Couple songs that I want to point out. Ain't Nothing Finer. So that song right there. So the reason why I'm pointing that out, and then if anybody who listens to Elevator J know why I'm pointing out that song, because that song pretty much was a whole shout out to Charlotte, and that Charlotte and the greater Mecklenburg area. Like, I mean, he went down streets, every goddamn street that you can name of, he went down. He talked about stopping at the chicken coop, goddamn, well, it like just going like being on the west side. Like, it was just, the whole song was just nostalgic. And it really took me back. I really fucked with it. I appreciated that vibe. Thank Goodness is another song. That song that's probably just that's just for vibes. That song is just a complete for. Is this it? Nah, this ain't it. I don't think this is it. But anyways, yeah, that's definitely a good one. Oh, and the one that really caught my ear, and the reason why it caught my ear is because I'm so critical of people sampling this song. I think that when people sample this song, either it's a hit or it's like, why did you ever touch this song? Because it's probably one of my favorite R&B songs ever. And the song is My Life by Mary J. Blige. I think that's the name of the song. But that my life in the sunshine. So I know that they sampled the song. I know that. But that specific song, because they're not sampling the original track. They're sampling the Mary J. Blige version. So the song, his song is called Ride Out. So when I tell you, like, as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, this motherfucker better not fuck this shit up. But it was a ride. It was a whole ride. Like, I fucked with it. I definitely fucked with it. And another artist that definitely did a really dope sample to that song, which I feel like they don't talk about him enough, is my boy Freddie Gibbs. I think. What's the name of that song? Was that Death Row? No, that wasn't Death Row. That was a triple something. It was on his just go listen to him, Freddie Gibbs. Or just Google Freddie Gibbs Mary J. Blige sample song. I'm sorry, I'm ill prepared. You'll be okay. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had to talk about today. If anybody has any questions that they want to put in the comments. Up here in POF, my bad, I have been neglecting y'all. But if there's anybody up here that wants to put any questions or anything, somebody want to ask me, let me think. There's some other shit I can talk to y'all about. I've definitely been doing a lot of scouting for a lot of different artists between. Um, I mean, the whole Bay Area, pretty much the whole Bay Area. I've been like scouting heavily on social media, looking for, because I feel like every area has like a hub, and as long as you find that hub, you're gonna find the people that need to be there. So I've been trying to find those hubs. I've been skipping around a little bit, and also just in the greater area, of course, in the greater Cali area, and further, you know what I'm saying? Because I am in North Cali, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I want to really try to reach out to the wider audience. So um, a lot of my future promotions are going to be going out to a much broader audience, definitely directed at those new upcoming artists. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, giving them that push to go ahead and reach out to me, because so I reach out to a lot of people, but at the same time, I want people to know that this is here. This is available. You know what I'm saying, to come on here and promote your shit. And with that, I have been talking to a lot of different people as far as helping me with my promotion and making sure that Black Wall Music is the platform that any artist pretty much will want to be around and will want to deal with. So like different like social media promoters, or just different marketers and stuff like that. People who I already have in my circle, and also other people that I've been kind of plugged into as I've been working with people. And that's one thing that I say all the time, that like I truly appreciate it, are those authentic connections, because when you put me on to somebody, when you tell me that somebody is good shit, then I'm look at them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look at them and I'm gonna see what's good. I'm not saying that this is gonna make me jump straight into it, but all depending on who you are. All depending on who you are. But like I said, it's gonna be worth my look. So yeah, so I appreciate everything. I appreciate everybody. Um, it's been a lot of support. I've gotten a lot of support. I don't know what's been happening my last couple weeks, but like my podcast listens have been like through the roof compared to where they were. So I want to thank every single person, everywhere. Thank y'all so much for listening to my podcast. It means a lot to me. There's a lot more coming with it. Once again, I try to get better and better every time that I put something out. So, any suggestions, let me know. I'm always here to listen. And if you want to know anything, like if you are interested in starting your own podcast, I'm not saying that I'm a G at it, but I've been doing it for a little bit, to the point where I can give you I can give you some tools, and you can decide what kind of house you want to build. You feel me? Hit me up. I promise you. Hit me up. KlueDaMFDon, Black Wall Music LLC on all social media platforms, Black Wall Music Podcast on all podcast streaming platforms, and also all of my interviews, my artist interviews, and along with my other foundation owner and CEO interviews can be found on Black Wall Music, YouTube, and also on the streaming platforms. But thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And talk to y'all Thursday.